them well.
Hey, David and Elliot, we're going to break so that we can get on to Hockey Central, Sportsnet Central. Extended coverage of this thrilling win tonight in Montreal, but we'll hear you helm that coverage here. Islanders and Tampa Bay tomorrow night. We're on the air with game number 7. And then the winner meets Montreal. Faisal and Danielle, Sportsnet Central. For viewers, Manitoba East, CBC News, The National. For all of us from Montreal, so long for now.
Yeah, the Montreal Canadiens heading to the Stanley Cup Final. It's the Sportsnet Central postgame, powered by Mastercraft. And these are the scenes in Montreal when Arturi Lehkonen sent the Habs to the final.
Crazy.
For the first time in 28 years. Yeah, I imagine they're going to be there for a while.
Yeah, this is going to be a party that will continue.
Hey, welcome inside the Sportsnet Central newsroom. Faisal Khamisa, Danielle Michaud here with you. Let's go right inside the Bell Center right now. Our Sean Reynolds is there because he can't leave. I'm reading that police have said fans have to stay there right now because of the rowdiness going on outside. And Sean, of course it makes sense. Take us through the scenes inside the Bell Center when Lehkonen scored that goal.
Oh, man, I got to tell you, when there's been big goals scored in this series, and I've been down here set up to go live like this, I always make sure I take a look around and see the look on people's faces. And I swear, after that goal was scored, there's only 3,500 people in this building right now. But you would have thought it was full. It was so loud, the ole, ole, ole chants. When they handed out the trophy, people were losing their minds. Jeff Molson, the owner of the team, spoke, got up on the microphone, up on the Jumbotron, spoke with the team, spoke with the fans. Just go Habs, go was the big chant he started. Everyone was just following with it. It's been just an unbelievable atmosphere, and I don't think these people don't mind not being able to get out. I think they'll stay here and party as long as they're allowed to stay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Sean, they're probably going to have to kick people out eventually because they'll stay all night if it's possible, because it just felt so iconic. We could feel the energy from here, and it seems like always throughout the playoffs, timing is everything. You look at Shea Weber finally getting a goal. It's been a while for him, and the top line finally on the board.
Yeah, I mean, this is a line that had been getting a little bit of heat, so definitely questions from the media about their inability to produce offensively in this series. And maybe that was harsh, because this is a line that all series was a heat-seeking missile against the top players on that Vegas Golden Knights team, absolutely shutting them down. When they were asked about not contributing offensively, they said, you know what, as long as this process is working, as long as we're doing our job, as long as we're winning, we're okay with that. But none of those three players, Lehkonen, Danault, or Gallagher, had a point this entire series. They come up at the absolutely perfect time, get the winner. I think everyone's okay with their offensive production at this moment right now.
You used the word perfect to describe the timing of that goal. It's hard not to use that word when describing Carey Price. Huge again in that third period and in overtime before that goal. Again, it seems, again, like a broken record. We have to ask it every time, but just describe what you see in Carey Price when you're there.
Yeah, you're right. We're talking about the same thing over and over again. It's like we're having a hard time developing storylines, or Carey Price is just that good. And I take a look at two saves in that game. The one on William Karlsson where he makes the pad save, it was absolutely phenomenal. And then in overtime, you really had the feeling that Vegas was taking over this game. Got an icing, got the Canadians trapped in their own end off of a draw. And Max Pacioretty gets wide open for a shot, and he's just absolutely shut right down. Yes, the Montreal Canadiens have been phenomenal defensively. Their head coach, or their assistant head coach, Luke Richardson, likes to call the big four on the back end the Clydesdales. They don't give a lot of chances, but every moment throughout this series where Carey Price was needed to come up big, he came up big. He got outdueled by Robin Lehner in Game 4. He made sure that didn't happen tonight. Huge reason the Montreal Canadiens going back to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time since 1993.
It's an incredible thing, Sean. I found myself searching for Price in those after shots to see if he was showing any type of emotion, but cool as a cucumber always, even after such a huge victory. Thank you so much for chatting, Sean, and good luck getting out of the Bell Center safely.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
And luck and hard work.
Shall you share a couple of moments with General Manager Mark Bergevin on the bench at the conclusion of this one? He's been with the organization for a long time. You've been around even longer. What's the journey been like for both of you to get to a moment like this one tonight?
I'm so happy for him. You know, we've had so many good times and we've gone through a lot of really hard times, and nobody cares more than he does. So, I'm really happy for him.
Gary, you played a lot of games in this building this season with it empty, no fans at all. To be able to wave up to your family at the conclusion, what did that mean to you?
I'm just excited for them. It's just an amazing experience. I don't even think they really realize what's going on yet. They're all really young, but my wife and my father are here, and obviously my mom's watching at home. She's was just re-elected as chief, and I'm very proud of her as well. Dahuja El Gacho.
Terrific. Miigwech, Gary, thanks very much for the time.
Appreciate it.
Look, you cannot say enough good things about Carey Price. If the Habs have a chance to clinch a series, Danielle, Carey Price is likely the guy getting the job done.
Look at those numbers.
At the numbers. Look at them. The last 5 times Montreal's had a chance to advance, Price has a goals against under 1 and a .967 save percentage with 2 shutouts over that span. Just unbelievable. Meanwhile, it was Robin Lehner getting the start again for Vegas. The Golden Knights couldn't find magic in a bottle with him in net again, though. Here is Lehner following the overtime loss.
Hey, Robin, just what are the emotions like after a loss like that, and you guys, losing in this round for the second year in a row?
It's pretty empty feeling right now. Obviously, every time you lose the playoffs, kind of season's over. It's kind of hard to take in, but I thought we battled hard. I'm really proud of our guys' season. Everyone worked really hard, and it's not easy to get. It's not easy to get to the Stanley Cup Finals. We're right there. We have some things all of us gotta just be a little bit better. We're right on the door and have a hell of a group, every single one in there. And just gotta find a way to stick with it a little bit more.
Go to Chris Matthews.
Hey, Robin, I was wondering, this team, I know there's only going to be one team left standing at the very, very end, but it seems like this team was built for a Stanley Cup run, and you had all the talent, the goalies, the forwards, the defensemen. It just seemed like this was Foley's year to put it all together and get to that final. Would you almost describe it as a disappointing season, just because you didn't get to that final?
I mean, every team in the league wants to win the cup. Every team in the league strives for the same thing. And yes, we have a really, really good team, our goal is to win the Stanley Cup every single year. And I mean, we've been conference finals now 2 in a row. I mean, it's a young team in the league that's had tremendous success, and we had a hell of a season, and thought we had a good run in playoffs. We just got to find that little bit more, sticking with it. All of us got to be a little bit better, and we're right there, yes. And it's built to be in these situations for many years to come. But every team in the league is trying to do the same thing, and you got to give. It sucks right now. We're in the overtime. We have 1 goal. We're Game 7 at home. It's not like we were that far away, but you got to give Montreal a lot of credit too. Hell of a hockey team, works really hard, sticks with their structure, and they have a lot of great players, and everyone underestimates them, which it's good for them, but obviously sucks for us.
It's David Shane.
Hi, Robin. You guys put a lot into the Colorado series. Do you feel like there was a letdown at all after that, or what do you feel like was the difference in the series for you guys not to be able to get going?
I mean, we're a hard-working group. As I said, I'm proud of everyone in here. You know, again, we're right there knocking on the door. Minnesota, highly underrated team. We beat them, you know, and Colorado. Guys did a great job against Colorado, and just got to find that a little bit extra. I think teams like Montreal, you know, see Long Island and, you know, Dallas the last year, and, you know, those teams, they get us all the way. You know, we're just about sticking to the game plan a little bit longer, you know, be a little bit, we're right there, you know, it's such small details and inches, so you just got to keep going, but it's kind of tough to digest right now. But again, we got to also give credit to the other team, one of the best goalies in the world over there, and they played to their 1-1-3 structure and made it hard for us. And not just for us, they made it hard for Winnipeg. They made it hard for Toronto, who has some of the best goal scorers in the world. You know, it's they stick to their structure. They work hard together. I mean, we do too. It was inches. You know, overtime today, we could have got a goal and got Game 7. So it's not. It sucks. It sucks that we couldn't get over the hump.
We'll go to Brian Blessing.
Robin Martinez had an opportunity right off the faceoff, but the long rebound off Price gave them numbers coming the other way. What did you see on the overtime goal?
I haven't seen it yet, to be honest. So I haven't seen it yet. So I gotta take a look at it. It's a little bit of a blur right now.
Thanks very much, Robin, for your time.
Well, the pandemonium continues in Montreal. Habs fans filling the streets.
Habs on the abs.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You like that?
Okay, I'm impressed. It's melting off, though, because they're sweating buckets celebrating, as they should be. Faisal, Kamisa, Danielle Michaud, still with you, post-Habs victory. Can't believe it. Just total scenes. I have to say, Robin Lehner, very gracious in defeat. I can only imagine how difficult it would be to sit there. But talking about how understated I think we've been about Montreal this whole way, because here they are off to the Stanley Cup final, and they just couldn't figure out how to solve them or Price, and here we are.
And that's 3 series now where the teams that have lost are asking the same questions, and I got to clear my throat for this. If you're still doubting the Montreal Canadiens, now is the time to stop. They're heading to the Stanley Cup final for the first time in 28 years. I promise you we're going to get you more sound from them. I imagine they're celebrating, and then we'll hear from them. We got a couple more Golden Knights. The 2 guys that beat Carey Price, Alex Martinez and Riley Smith, speaking now.
Riley, you said after Game 3 that the power play is costing you guys the series right then. Finished 0 for 15 on the series. Do you believe that was the biggest reason for the series ending the way it did?
Yeah, probably. Just a lot of wasted opportunities. So goal here, goal there, changes the game. And, you know, all but 2 of these games in the series were really tight. So that would have given us a huge boost.
I don't know, Riley, if you can put it into words. As a forward that had a hard time, everybody had a hard time scoring on this Habs team. What is it? You know, is it the 4 big D-men? Is it Carey Price? Is it a system? Why are they so hard to score goals on, Riley?
No, it's a combination of those 3 things. I think they did play a good system, and it's a playoff system. They did a good job holding on to leads, and their goalie did a good job finding pucks that were shot from far out. You know, their D do a good job boxing out, and their system keeps 5 guys tight. So combination of that makes it tough, and we didn't find enough pucks and make it difficult enough on them.
We'll go to Jesse Granger.
Hey, Alec, I know it's not always easy when it's this fresh, but just what are your thoughts on this season as a whole as it comes to an end tonight?
I think first thing that comes to mind is probably grateful. I think that a lot of people, not just in our organization, but around the league, put in a lot of effort, did a lot of different things, you know, during a strange time that allowed us to play this year. So I guess a thank you and a tip of the cap to all those. I know there's, those probably countless people out there that made it possible. So I guess that first and foremost. Secondly, obviously tonight, I mean, this is incredibly disappointing. I think this is, one of the best, not the best team I've played on. And to come up short is obviously really disappointing. Proud of the way the guys battled. This is a great group. We obviously came up short, but really proud to be a part of this group and play night in and night out with these guys. Obviously very, very disappointed.
Go to David Shane.
Hi, Riley. You said they play a playoff system, and it's, I guess 2 years in a row now that a team that plays a playoff system has knocked you guys out. So what has to change? Is it things that you do in terms of system, or is it a personnel change that needs to happen?
The onus is on us players. It just came down to they did a better job scoring goals than we did in the series. The chances were there, but it seemed like every time they got an opportunity or a breakaway, it ended up in the back of the net, and we weren't able to do the same on our end. There's no need to point fingers. Like Marty said, this is probably the best team that we're ever going to play on. So as players, we just have to be better, and I think we expect that from each and every one of us.
We'll take a couple more for the guys. Ben Goetz.
Hey, Alec, their last goal came off a rush. What makes their transition attack so difficult to defend?
I think they play a North style of game. I think that they have team speed. And they've got a lot of guys that are capable of making really good plays, and they did tonight.
Take the last one.
All right, so one of the things we're used to seeing post-Montreal series win is, of course, Phillip Danault at the podium, not by himself.
No.
And I'm not talking about with a teammate either.
No.
I'm talking about with pizza.
Always eating pizza, which is a GOAT move in my opinion.
Like, anytime you can get pizza on any occasion, you got to take advantage of it.
The question is, what kind of pizza do you eat when you book your ticket to the Stanley Cup final?
It's a wonderful question.
Let's see.
There you go, my friend. Well deserved. Take a bite, put it down left. Bonne Saint-Jean à tout le monde. Les Québécois, on est fiers. Let's go. On va chercher.
The first question from Jean-François Charon.
Salut Philippe, j'aimerais ça te faire revenir de quelques minutes en arrière. Y a-t-il moyen de décrire ton jeu quand tu passes entre Whitecloud puis Martinez, tu repères les Conan? C'est probablement un de tes plus beaux jeux en carrière. Qu'est-ce que tu as ressenti?
Ça pas long. Écoute, je suis allé avec le moment présent, simplement. J'ai vu une ouverture. On a joué bien toute la série, notre ligne. On n'avait pas été capable de capitaliser encore. Puis écoute, ça a été la série sur Sunday. J'ai vu le Kim à gauche. J'ai essayé d'ouvrir le hockey. Je ne sais pas si c'était Martinez ou Théodore. Puis j'ai vu l'ouverture. Donc, le gros goal. Puis belle entrée de zone de Garley aussi. Donc, c'est vraiment un jeu mémorable.
John Lou.
Question for Phil. Could you express what this means to you? The Quebec-born player getting the primary assist on what could perhaps be the most important goal in this franchise's generation.
Oh, I feel blessed, very blessed to be here with Montreal and to achieve, to be in the final, Stanley Cup final. It's something amazing. As a Quebec, even another level, very proud. And obviously Cole scored a big goal too. So we all participate, and it's a team team effort all series. I'm so proud of us, and yeah, very proud.
Alexis Bélanger-Champagne.
Bonjour Philippe. Qu'est-ce que ça signifie pour toi un peu d'atteindre cette étape-là, comme tu l'as dit en anglais, si tu peux le répéter un peu en français, et aussi d'avoir cette victoire-là le soir de la Saint-Jean-Baptiste?
Oui, mais comme j'ai dit, bonne Saint-Jean à tout le monde. Comme on dirait en bon vieux québécois. C'est spécial, honnêtement. Je sentais dans moi qu'il y a quelque chose de gros qui allait se passer aujourd'hui. Puis c'était le 24 juin à Saint-Jean. C'est vraiment exceptionnel. Honnêtement, j'ai de la misère. Je suis sans mots. J'ai de la misère à repenser à tout ce qui s'est passé. Il va falloir que je prenne un peu de moment en dehors de mes émotions. Puis repenser à ça, c'est vraiment incroyable ce qui s'est passé. Puis je suis vraiment fier de tous les gars. On joue d'excellent hockey. Puis on en veut plus. On veut gagner. On n'a pas tout fait ça pour rien. On est affamés. Puis c'est les plus beaux moments de notre vie. Là.
Eric Engels.
Don't worry, Cole. I have one for you. How do you find the composure to make that play on McNabb and then score that goal the way you did?
To be honest with you, I'm not really sure. I think it's just, you're just playing hockey out there. You try to think of it as any other game, and it was a good long pass from Eddie, and I think it was just the first thing that came to mind when I got the puck.
Stu Cowan.
Cole, outside the arena tonight, I think you walked to the rink. There's lots of people wearing Cole Caulfield sweaters. And what's it like for you just seeing the way this city has embraced you since you've joined the Canadiens?
This is awesome. I mean, I love the fans. I wish it was a packed building, but the people that we do let in have been unbelievable for us. So this city has been nothing but the best so far, and hopefully we can keep making them happy.
And also Cole is walking back, so.
John Lou.
Yeah, Cole, just wanted to when you were heading down the ice, were you thinking high? Where exactly were you what were you shooting for there, knowing that the goalie has the scouting report on him?
I just shoot for the back of the net. Some people maybe overthink it, but I think that's all fun and games, what was going on between him and I, but I'm always shooting for the back of the net.
Martin McGuire.
Bonsoir, ma question est pour Philippe. Philippe, dans le processus, là, si on parle de la série contre celle des Jets et celle de ce soir, votre trio avait affronté parmi les meilleurs top 6 de la Ligue nationale. Puis statistiquement, vous les avez tenus pour la plupart hors de la feuille de pointage. Est-ce que tu peux t'exprimer là-dessus? Comment fier tu peux te sentir, toi et tes compagnons de trio, d'avoir accompli ça?
Oui, grosse fierté. Bien sûr, on est content, mais pas satisfait. Il nous reste encore un bout de chemin à faire, le plus dur. Mais vraiment fier de ce qu'on accomplit en tant que ligne. Écoute, nos défenseurs sur la glace aussi, Pricey solide, fait des gros saves. Donc, on prend vraiment notre rôle à cœur. Puis tout le monde participe à sa façon. On score des gros goals. C'est vraiment le fun à voir. Puis comme j'ai dit, c'est le hockey le plus fun des jeux de ma carrière jusqu'à maintenant.
Luc Jelena.
Merci, Sam. Question for you, Cole. I guess you had a lot of great emotions so far since you joined the Montreal Canadiens, but going to the Stanley Cup final at such a young age with this group, what that means to you?
I mean, it means everything to me, but it means everything to the team. I mean, these guys have been playing for a while, and this opportunity doesn't come around very often. So playing for these older guys and the guys that have been here for a while is probably the biggest thing right now. And I'm just trying to take it all in and enjoy the moment. But it's for the older guys and the guys that have been here for a while.
You're sure a big part of it, though.
Thanks.
John Morrow.
Oh, the good vibes,
Melting.
right? So cute. Cole Caulfield with 4 goals in the series. Over the last 40 years, only Calgary's Dan Quinn in 1986 had more goals in a semifinal series by a player age 20 or younger. And Faves, Caulfield scored that goal. He was talking about how Leonard said he either goes 5-hole or he goes up top. Leonard got him the one time, but this time Caulfield with a beautiful goal, and he just keeps impressing everyone.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the narrative heading into the game was who's going to start in net for the Golden Knights, and Obviously, they went back to Robin Leonard.
They did.
It worked for them in one game this series. Didn't work this time. We'll
Not
have to ask Pete DeBoer his thoughts on what went into it. Here he is following the OT loss.
Hello, Pete. I was wondering if you could just talk about now that it's over and there's not that motivational talk or experience. You got to go forward now. Is it maybe safe to say that grueling 7-game series with Minnesota and then beating the best team in the league, Colorado, and all, did it mentally take something out of this team, perhaps?
I don't know. It's a good question. It shouldn't. It definitely wasn't an easy road, or it's quite a gauntlet to get through to get to here. But when you get to this point, the teams that win find another level. They don't sag. So. We didn't find another level, and they did. I thought they were opportunistic. They owned the key moments of the series. When they got a chance, they stuck it in the net. When they needed a big save, they got a big save. They won the overtime battles. They won the special teams battle. So. If you're losing those areas of the game, you're putting yourself in a tough spot. Go to Ben Goetz. Hey, Ben.
Hi, Pete. You just mentioned the special teams battle. I guess, what did you see on the power play this series? What was, I guess, missing through the last, handful of games this postseason?
I just didn't play with any confidence. You saw the same thing we did. If we knew what was wrong, we would have fixed it. That's obviously something that has to get fixed. You need your power play this time of year and your penalty kill. Special teams are huge. So, it was disappointing.
Go to Mark Spector.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Pete. Montreal really, they talk about them playing a playoff system. I mean, they weren't as good in the regular season as they were in the playoffs. They've got the tools that the game kind of came to them. Is that fair? Are they, the way they're built with 4 big D and that goalie, is that sort of the way of, the best way to build playoff teams? Is it a good system, good setup?
Yeah, you have to give them credit. I thought they played a heck of a series. Starting with their goalie, he was good every single night. I don't think he had an off night. I think when you're concentrating on defending, and then you have the ability to counter punch with guys that don't need multiple looks to stick a puck in the net, you're a very dangerous team, and I think they've thrived on that. They defended against Toronto, counter punched at the right moments with big goals. Same thing against Winnipeg. And that was the story here. They concentrated on defending and shutting our guys down. And when a puck went the other way on Caulfield's stick or Suzuki's stick, or they got contributions from all their lines, they stuck them in the net. And that's playoff hockey here. We did the same thing, I felt, to Colorado, and the tables got turned on us here.
We'll go to Justin now.
All right. You can look no further than the Vegas captain, Mark Stone, for maybe why the Golden Knights fell in this series. Just nothing offensively for him. Had a chance in OT, didn't go his way. No goals, no points, 7 shots over the course of the 6 games. Here is Mark Stone following the team's loss.
Hey guys, for Mark Stone, just what are the feelings and emotions after losing in the semifinals for the 2nd year in a row?
Pretty terrible feeling.
Go to Jesse Granger.
Mark, I'd like to ask you just what they did that made things so tough for you, why it was so hard to get going in this series. Did the Avs series take a lot out of you? What was it?
No, we had 3 days off in between series. They play. They're deep, play hard. They're big, they're strong. There was forward group is responsible, but I can praise them all they want, but ultimately it falls down on myself and the top players on this team. We had some guys produce night in, night out, but as far as myself and a number of other guys, I mean, I got skunked this series. That can't happen. You know, I'm the captain of this team, the leader of this team. Take a lot of responsibility for what just occurred, but if I can, I guess, take anything, I'll have to see what went wrong over the summer. You know, this team's been through a lot of adversity in 4 seasons. Been to the Cup final, I've been to 2 conference finals. You know, we've had a lot of different heartbreaks, so I'm excited to learn from mistakes and try and build this team to a Stanley Cup winner, not just a contender.
We'll go to Ed Graney.
Mark, in 2 straight years now, sort of the same script played out with how you guys were eliminated with the non-scoring. I mean, I know it's fresh now, but do you think it's a structure thing? Were they just better each year? Is it a personnel thing? Like, anything off the top of your head that maybe why it would happen 2 straight years?
We just lost 20 minutes ago, so if I knew, I probably would have changed it. You know, we worked so hard all season. I mean, I don't know the stats, but I think we were one of the higher scoring teams in the league. We have a great deep forward group. We have great defensemen, 2 great goaltenders. I think it's just getting over that hump. You know, teams go through this. We got to continue to learn and grow this organization. We're 4 years in. We've had success, but going into year 5, it's the expectation is to win the Stanley Cup, and there's going to be things that we have to learn. We're going to have to be things that we have to adjust to, and we have to grow as a group.
Go to Justin Emerson.
William, we've heard guys say that when they get closer, it just kind of builds that drive. You guys have been in the semifinals now 3 out of the last 4 years. Just how badly do you guys want to get back, and how much does this one hurt right now?
Say that again. Sorry, I kind of. What's that? How bad? I want to win? Yeah, I mean, that's what we play for. You know, that's what drives you every day. That's, you know, why you work out hard in the summers, and you know, why every game, every day is worth it, the grind. So I know this whole group really wants to win, and yeah.
So devastation on the podium, jubilation on St. Catherine Street right now, or all across Montreal and Quebec in general. The Montreal Canadiens going to the Stanley Cup final. Hey, a good excuse as any to light some fireworks up, because why not?
It's Saint Jean-Baptiste. Can we throw that? Like, I feel like we haven't pointed that out enough, that it was already a holiday, and then the Habs booked their ticket.
It didn't need to be a holiday. It did not need to be a holiday for them to be out in full force tonight.
The stars are aligning. Things are happening. Also happening for some of the veteran players. You've heard Philip Deneau talk about how happy he is for someone like Shea Weber, their captain. Of course. 16 seasons, over 1,000 regular season games played. This is his first trip to the Stanley Cup final, and here he is joining Price on the podium.
Hey guys, congratulations. Shea, I know your focus will go immediately to the Stanley Cup final, but before you get there, can you put this season in perspective, all the things your team has been through? And I know it feels like months ago, but both of you guys before the playoffs were hurt. So just all the stuff you guys have been through this season, how do you put it in perspective to be at this moment now?
Yeah, we've been through a lot for sure. I don't think now's the time to
really sit back and dwell on it too much. There's, like you said, there's still work for us to be done. We got another series coming up. We got to win 4 more games, but definitely proud of everybody in that locker room right now and what we've accomplished so far, but definitely still work to be done.
Luc Gélina.
Thank you, Sam. Shea, after all those years in the league, having a chance finally to win that cup, what that means for you going to the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, it's I'm excited, just like I was excited to play every game in this playoff so far. It's whether you're 20 or 35, it's an exciting time, and to still be playing hockey in into July now, I think it's probably the longest time anyone's played in there, minus the bubble last year. So we're happy to still be playing, and we're excited going forward.
Stu Cowan.
A question for Carey. Carey, nobody knows more about the pressure of playing this city than you do. What can you say about Cole Caulfield and the way he's come in as a 20-year-old and handled everything that's been thrown at him so far?
Yeah, it's he's got such a great attitude. I think that's one of his strongest assets. He's just so enthusiastic and happy, and he works really hard too.
Jean-François Chaumont.
Question for either Shea or Carey. To see Phil Dano being able to do a really big play in overtime and seeing Artturi Lehkonen getting the winning goal, how proud are you for those guys who are playing pretty hard defensively during that series?
Honestly, I think that they don't get enough credit. Obviously, their biggest job is shutting the other team's top lines down, which they've done an exceptional job. And for them to get a goal for us to move on is it's awesome. I feel great for them, and they're going to have another big challenge coming up, whether it's the Islanders or Tampa. It's their job. They know it, and any chance they can chip in as well, they're happy to do so. But I think the main thing for them and a lot of guys is taking care of the other end first.
Jonathan Bernier.
Merci, Sam. A question for either one of you. What makes the success of a team in overtime in the playoffs?
It's just sticking with it. There's obviously luck involved. It's just a lot of hard work and taking those opportunities when you get them.
Alexis Bélanger-Champagne.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Question for Carey. You've been in Montreal for a long time. Just what this celebration mean to you after the game with the fans cheering, even though it's only 3,500? They were really loud. What does this mean to you?
Yeah, I'm excited for those that were lucky enough to be in the building. Everybody in the city is obviously ecstatic. It's a fun time to be in Montreal right now.
Take 2 more for Carey and Shea. Marc-Antoine Godin.
Yeah, my question's for Carey. Carey, the team had missed the playoffs for a few years. You guys had a difficult season last year until you finally made it to the bubble. Well, how was the process to think that you're going? The team seems far from success, and all of a sudden, a year after, you end up in the Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, the mental work to making sure that this team is going in the right direction. Is it something that's been difficult to believe in this team in the long run?
Honestly, we wouldn't be here right now if we didn't believe. So, we've always just kind of stuck with it and just not doubting ourselves.
Montreal's such a storied franchise, and their rich history reflects just that. This is the Habs' 35th.
When everyone's got the favorite, you take the underdog. When your friends are trash talking, you say, bring it on. When everyone's folding,